Letters to the Medici, Galileo and the Politics of Science. A constellation of letters shows Galileo juggling telescopes and titles, scripture and schmoozing, all under the ever-watchful gaze of the Medici. Number 5. Fallout and Fame, Politics of a Supernova Mind. The same pen that sweet-talked dukes also had to tiptoe around tribunals, and Galileo knew it. His letters chart a tightrope act between dazzling discoveries and delicate diplomacy. Patronage raised his platform, mathematician and philosopher to the Grand Duke of Tuscany, looked excellent on a calling card, but it also painted a target on his back when the tides turned. After the Dialogo stirred up Rome, Medici backing couldn't fully shield him from the Inquisition's weather, though it softened the storm into house arrest rather than ruin. In his correspondence, you can feel the pivot from triumphal announcements to careful calibrations of tone, as if every sentence were a telescope focused not just on Jupiter, but on political gravity. The legacy? A scientist who learned that truth travels faster when escorted by strategy, yet still risks collision with power. Number 4. Performing proof, experiments for the court. Galileo didn't just collect data, he staged it like theater, and the court loved a good matinee. Letters detail invitations, schedules, and must-see demonstrations, telescopic tours of the moon's mountains, swinging lamps that whisper isochrony, and jaunty discussions of military rangefinders, all tailored for maximum Medici delight. He understood that evidence persuades, but performance enthralls, so optics met optics, the lens, and the gaze of power. These missives show a scientist crafting not merely experiments, but experiences, translating dry numbers into courtly spectacle. The result was a new kind of credibility, empirical and elegant, where proof arrived with a flourish and a bow. Number 3. The Christina Letter, Scripture in Orbit. In 1615, writing to Grand Duchess Christina, Galileo turns exegesis into orbital mechanics, arguing that Scripture teaches how to go to heaven, not how the heavens go. It's equal parts theology and damage control, expanding on a 1613 note to Castelli and polishing it for a royal audience. The letter is a masterclass in tone, deferential to faith, insistent on method, and downright acrobatic in showing that nature, written in the language of mathematics, cannot be annulled by misread verses. He isn't picking a fight so much as redrawing the ring, science handles the motions, theology the meanings. In wooing Christina, Galileo tried to sanctify a truce between telescopes and tradition before conflict turned cosmic. Number 2. Courting favor, Galileo's Florentine Gambit. Before the discoveries wore laurel wreaths, Galileo's letters wore job applications, and he was gloriously good at them. To secretaries like Belisario Vinta and to Cosimo II himself, he pitched a package, mathematics, instruments, prestige, and a generous helping of Medici brand enhancement. He offered tutoring, military engineering, and celestial news hot off the eyepiece, promising that Florence would be the capital of the cosmos. This was networking with trajectories. He mapped patrons, allies, and rivals as carefully as planetary paths. The gambit worked, salary secured, status elevated, and a platform sturdy enough to broadcast the universe. Number 1. Starry PR, the Medicean moons. When Jupiter's moons swam into view in 1610, Galileo didn't just see satellites, he saw sponsorships, and promptly christened them the Medicean stars. Letters race ahead of the ink in Sidereus Nuncius, aligning astronomy with dynastic advertising so neatly you can almost hear the court applause. Naming rights weren't mere flattery, they were a contract. I give you the sky, you give me a chair, a stipend, and a stage. The move reframed the telescope as a diplomatic instrument, turning cold, distant dots into warm, political capital. It was cosmic branding at its most brilliant, a logo stamped on the night. And so the letters closed like a telescope, collapsing spectacle into strategy. Galileo's universe didn't just expand in the heavens. It expanded in the hallways of power, where ink and orbits danced the same dazzling steps.